Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am just another sim guy, and the beady-eyed of you will have spotted that I am in iRacing. Yes, I am back in iRacing. I'm in the Mazda. I'm at Lime Rock. It is currently week 3 of the current season. They do 12-week seasons, and yeah, I've gone for it. I've re-downloaded the sim, I've set everything up, I've given it a go. I want you guys to join me on my iRacing journey, bit of a sort of semi-review of what it's like now. I'm jumping in with full immersion. Since I played iRacing, which was a few years ago, I've got my Quest VR, which I've been enjoying in loads of other sims, and I've got my motion rig, my next level racing V3 motion rig. So I often see lots of other people playing iRacing, and I do miss it. I do miss the competitiveness of it. I mean, it drives you crazy. For anybody that's been on it, you've probably gone through the same ups and downs, the same ups and downs that people get in real racing, I guess, to an extent. You can get extremely frustrated when you get taken out and it's not your fault. But it feels good when you don't. It feels good when you win. When I was playing it, I didn't win a lot, so anytime I did win, it was a really big deal, and it felt great. So yeah, I'm looking forward to starting off again. I've started a fresh account. I don't want to go and get too involved in my old account. I mean, I didn't get anywhere above about 2,000 iRating anyway. I was never that good. I did buy quite a lot of content, so I will probably go back to it at some point. But this isn't about that. This is about starting fresh with just free content, giving it a bit of a review, see how I get on, see if I can give people an indication of whether they should give it a try, some hints and tips on what to do when you're new. I can't remember being on a new account with it, so it's, you know, how long does it take to get out of the rookies, how long does it take to get your licenses up, what's the state of rookies like at the moment. I'm going to be trying to sort of get a handle on all of this stuff. For those of you that don't know, you start off, you pick a discipline. There's road. They've split the road license now into sort of open wheel and sports cars. There's oval, there's dirt. I'm going to be focusing on the road sports cars initially anyway. The Mazda is a good piece of free content for the tin tops, and I think there's a new BMW M2, I believe, so I'm going to be giving that a go as well. You start off with a rookie license. You start off with, I think, 1350 iRating. You have to do some time trials, or you have to do some races. There's a minimum requirement to get your license. You have to build up your safety rating and meet the minimum requirement for the number of races or the number of time trials. Can be really good fun. The footage we're watching here is from my very first rookie race. See that guy? Yeah, I wasn't sure if he was moving out of the way because he thought I was going to go to his left, or if he intentionally moved across to block me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. The more I watch it back, the more I think I do know what he was actually trying to do. But certainly at the time, I thought he was trying to block me, so I did give him a little bit of space after this. But yeah, this is my first race. I jumped into a time trial, and I wasted the whole time trial session fiddling with settings because I'm still playing with the VR and the graphics. So I had to exit out without making the minimum number of laps. So I don't know if I lost iRating for that, probably, but maybe a fraction. I certainly didn't gain any safety rating. And then I did another couple of time trials. So that was yesterday when I first did it. That would be the 3rd of July. And then today I've done a couple of other time trials to get my sort of foot back in the iRacing swing of it. And this is my first race that I did earlier. So I managed to qualify second. The guy in first place pulled away quite quickly. These two I was following. So I started off in second, and I let this guy pass quite quickly. He got a better pull off the start from me. I wasn't going to fight him. I was quite happy sat in third, to be honest, and just get some safety rating. The people in fourth and fifth and stuff, there was a bit of a tangle up at the T1, so they're a little bit of a way behind. So I was you know, more than happy just to sort of sit in third. Then he made that sort of mistake and then blocked me, and then competitiveness set in, and I thought, I'm just going to get past you. But the problem is, I you know, because of his mistake and the amount of time I just sat behind him, first place was long gone. But you can see here we're having a nice little battle. I wasn't quite sure if he, you know, based on the way he blocked me, I wasn't quite sure how safe he was going to be. So I sort of just let him go anytime it got close and just bided my time. So you'll see if you keep watching it as we get towards the sort of end of the clips. He made a bit of a mistake at that chicane at the top of the hill there. No, sorry, it was lower. It was about T2 or 3 actually. He made a mistake, went off, I passed him, and then I kept about a 4-second gap, so I didn't have to push too much to catch first. It wasn't really going to be worthwhile. I was never going to catch first, but I also didn't really have to stress too much that he was going to catch me. So managed to finish in second. Not a bad result. I'll let the replay play after this, but I'm looking forward to getting out the rookies and seeing what else there is to offer. I think obviously going to be a little bit more restricted by the content even when I get my next race license, which is D. So for those that don't know, you go from rookies and then you get to D, C, B, then A, and I think from A you can get professional. I never got that far, but I did get my A license last time in a few different disciplines, and that opens up more races. It opens up longer races as well. So there is there's an advanced Mazda which increases the race time to about 20 minutes instead of about 10. And in theory, the drivers should have their licenses up, they should have their safety rating up to get that high. So they should be safer. In my experience, not always the case, from what I remember. But you know, we'll see. I think tracks is going to be a big one. I think, you know, based on the cars I've got with the base content, I can enter a few races. But as we're in week 3, what happens in iRacing is every week the track rotates. So you do a whole week on one. Oh, there he goes. That's what I was talking about. Yeah, so you do a whole week on one track. So this week it's Lime Rock with this variation. And then next week there'll be a different one. So what you will find is sometimes out of the 12 weeks of the season, you'll probably find that there's 3 or 4 tracks in rookie class that they encourage you to buy if you want to race all 12 weeks. So I think for now, in this 3rd week of the season, some tracks that I don't own on this account are available in the other base content cars, but I can't race them unless I buy the track, which I'm not going to do. So this week I'll just be doing Lime Rock in the Mazda, and I think there's some Lime Rock in the BMW, and then we'll see what the track rotation is next week and see if I own it. But really enjoyed it. I mean, definitely, if what you want to do is online races and you want to jump in when you want to jump in, so when you've got a spare half an hour or an hour, you want to jump in and you know that at some point there's going to be a race that comes around that's fully populated against people that are probably around about your skill level the more you play it, and that should be reasonably safe because the sim is quite harsh, then this is the sim for you. I mean, you know, some people love the physics, some people don't, so that's probably a video for another time. Some people like the payment structure, and some people absolutely wouldn't touch it with someone else's barge pole. So, you know, it's swings and roundabouts. There's free games you can play. I recently made a video on Race Room, which I think is fantastic and it's worth a try. But you just don't, if you want online, you just will not get the same populated races. And it's a shame because Race Room's got really good physics, nice graphics, looks good in VR, good content. The content that you can buy is quite unique, and you know, you don't find it anywhere else, and it's not that expensive. But the problem is the people aren't there. The people seem to be here, I think, or on LMU. So I mean, this really did scratch the itch. A good competitive race. Really looking forward to building up my license a little bit. I will make another video on how iRacing works. I mean, there's lots of people that have done it before, but just as a bit of a refresher for perhaps a new crowd. You know, you've got 2 ways that you're judged. You've got your safety rating and you've got your iRating. The iRating is usually based on where you finish against the strength of the field compared to your rating, and the safety rating is literally just what you think it is. It is, don't crash, don't go off track, don't spin, and you get incident points the more serious incidents you have. If you get to a certain amount in a race, you will get banned, but not banned, sorry, you'll get disqualified for that race. But you know, your safety rating will go up and down depending on if you have a good race and a bad race. So you know, at some point I'm going to have a bad one. This one, the only one X, so it's one sort of level I got of mistake was when I touched the grass, when that guy tried to block me. So apart from that, I managed to go incident free. Should be really good for the safety rating. You know, iRacing's got a really big player base, and you know, love it or hate it, for now and for quite a long time, it has been the best go-to sim for online competitive racing, and that's all I can say really. But yeah, enjoy the rest of the replay. You'll see in a minute from this angle where the guy makes a mistake, and then I scoot off into the horizon to secure my second place. So I look forward to seeing you on the next one, guys. I have been just another sim guy. You've been great for making it to the end, and I'll see you next time. Peace.